Welcome back. In this lesson, we will focus on the most important and significant stages in the formation of the European Union as it is now. We will first deal with the key moments that have marked the current structural configuration of the Union, and secondly, we will outline the current institutional setup that guides the whole European Union. Let us proceed in this order and start with the individual stages in the formation of the European Union. The first stage starts from the 1950s, the beginnings. On the 9th of May 1950, we have the Schuman Declaration. 1 year later, in 1951, the European Coal and Steel Community was created through the Treaty of Paris. We have now 6 member states: Belgium, France, Germany, Italy, Luxembourg, and the Netherlands. In 1957, the European Economic Community and Euratom came into being through the Rome Treaties. The second stage starts from the 1960s. In 1960, the European Free Trade Association was created. In 1962, the Common Agricultural Policy was launched for the first time, and in 1968, we have the abolition of custom duties. In the 1970s, we should consider 2 main events. In 1973, the first enlargement. Denmark, Ireland, and the United Kingdom joined the European Economic Community. Europe now has 9 member states. In 1979, we have the first election of the European Parliament by direct universal suffrage. The 1980s are the years of the consolidation. We are able to see a new enlargement to southern European countries: Greece, Spain, and Portugal. Europe now has 12 member states. In this period, in particular on the 14th of June 1985, the Schengen Agreement was signed. This agreement led most of the European countries towards the abolishment of their national borders and created a Europe without borders known as the Schengen area. Signed in Luxembourg, initially by only 5 EU countries, the agreement remains one of the world's biggest areas that have ended border control between member countries. In 1986, the Single European Act entered into force, modifying the Treaty of Rome. In 1990, after the German unification, the former East Germany becomes part of the European communities. In 1993, the Single European Market entered into force, and in 1995, we have a new enlargement. Austria, Finland, and Sweden joined the European Union. Europe now has 15 member states. On the first decade of the 21st century, many events happened. On the 1st of January 2002, 12 countries introduced the euro. In 2004, we have the biggest enlargement to Central and Eastern European countries. 10 new member states joined the European Union: Cyprus, the Czech Republic, Estonia, Hungary, Latvia, Lithuania, Malta, Poland, Slovakia, and Slovenia. Europe has now 25 member states. In 2007, Bulgaria and Romania joined. Europe now has 27 member states. And in 2013, Croatia joined the European Union. Europe now has 28 member states. In 2005, The European Constitution project was rejected in France and the Netherlands, but in 2007, the then member states adopted the Lisbon Treaty that entered into force on the 1st of December 2009. In the same year, the global financial crisis struck hard in Europe. In 2020, the European Union faced another challenge: the COVID-19 pandemic. This tragedy has been addressed through the recovery funds. On the 31st of January 2021, the United Kingdom left the European Union. The European Union today has 27 member states. As you can imagine, it takes a lot of effort by many people to organize the European Union and make everything work. So, who does what? The European institutions. Let's see together what they are, how they're composed, and what functions they perform. The first one is the European Parliament. It represents all people in the European Union. The European Parliament shares with the Council the power to legislate, thus to pass laws. Notably, the Parliament discusses and decides on the new EU laws together with the Council. The European Parliament monitors the budget of the European Union with the Council and supervises policies of the EU institutions. The European Parliament has 751 members elected by universal suffrage, which means that all adult citizens in the EU have the right to vote. Its members are chosen in an election every 5 years. The current president is Roberta Metsola. The second institution is the Council of the European Union. It co-legislates with the European Parliament, amends, adopts or rejects the Commission's legislative proposals. It consists of ministers from the 27 member states chosen according to the agenda. There is a rotating presidency, thus it is chaired by a different member state every 6 months. The current presidency is Spain since the 1st of July 2023. The third institution is the European Council. The European Council provides the European Union with political guidance and defines the political direction and priorities. It consists of the heads of state or government of the member states, together with its president and the president of the European Commission. Presidents, prime ministers of the member states get together to set Europe's general strategy. The current president is Charles Michel. The fourth institution is the European Commission. The European Commission proposes and implements laws, which means that the European Commission has the right of initiative, legislative initiative, and also it is the guardian of the treaties. We have 27 commissioners, one from each member state, including the president. The current president is Ursula von der Leyen, and then we have also several vice presidents. One is the High Representative of the Union for Foreign Affairs and Security Policy. The 27 commissioners have to think about what would be best for the European Union as a whole. They propose laws and make sure that the EU treaties are respected. In addition, we have other EU bodies: the Court of Justice of the European Union, the European Central Bank, the European Court of Auditors, the European Economic and Social Committee, and the European Committee of the Regions. Among the European Union bodies, we should take care of the judicial heart of the European Union, the European Court of Justice. In particular, the Court of Justice makes sure that all European countries stick to the laws that they have agreed upon. The Court also checks that these laws respect fundamental rights, such as freedom of speech and the freedom of the press. There are several ways to refer to the Court. The most common is the preliminary reference, a form of dialogue between the tribunals of the member states and the court itself. Then we have also a form of direct appeal where individual European citizens and others bring a case to the European Court of Justice. Finally, we should consider the European bodies who take care of our money. The first one is the European Central Bank. This institution is responsible for maintaining price stability in the euro area. The second institution is the European Court of Auditors. This EU body checks if the budget of the European Union has been spent correctly. Thanks for your kind attention.